Hello, hello, hello. Ah, you'll have to forgive me. Oh, let's get this out the way. Yeah. You'll have to forgive me as I'm a little bit tired. Like 2 a.m. or something right now. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna. Oh, fudge. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Turn this up just a little bit. All right, there we go. Anywho, it's pretty late and I haven't made a video in a little bit. Um, and obviously, I always talk about, the Pokemon hobby for me personally and what I've been up to regarding that, and just, my thoughts and feelings regarding the hobby. And right now, for me personally, kind of stinks. It's really, really, really not that fun. Be frank, it's really, really not. Uh, the only time it's fun is when I'm kind of like traveling with my friends, the people who I do the most activity in the hobby with, 360, V-Bulb, and Cardtendo. And, just doing stuff relating to Pokemon is pretty fun, but for the most part, the community absolutely just stinks. I'll just keep it a stack. It absolutely stinks. The amount of grifting and just like peddling, basically the entire, at least like my section of the Pokemon community or Pokemon card community is pretty much just one giant rug pull. Pretty much everyone in that segment of the community is basically just attempting to extract and siphon as much money out of people around them as possible. Um, there's just so, I don't have a problem with vendors, but these people, some of them aren't even I mean, yeah, obviously they're vendors, but some of them are just like, there are vendors who vend because they genuinely love Pokemon and they want to make a bit of money, which is absolutely fine, of course. And they collect. You can see basically when a vendor genuinely likes Pokemon, is what I'm trying to say. And unfortunately, with where I'm at least, a lot of the vendors, they don't know shit. They're just here because maybe they took some money out of the bank, they took a loan, and they dumped it into Pokemon, and now they're just flipping cards. And to be honest, it really fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks because realistically, they don't know shit. They only know what fucking Bulbapedia tells them. They only know the most popular cards. They only know what's trending. They don't know shit about the hobby, and it makes it so fucking boring. It makes it boring and disappointing when 90%, 95% of the people, at least in my area of the hobby, they don't know anything. They're just here to make money. And if you're not making the money, they're not interested. They're, why are you standing by my booth? Are you looking at cards to buy? No, then get the hell out of here. And for me, someone who deeply, deeply, deeply enjoys cards, enjoys the history of cards, enjoys knowledge, enjoys, just researching, basic discussion, it's not great. For me, it's not great at all. I can't have conversations with people that aren't just, oh yeah, dude, my favorite card is X trending card. My favorite card is Gold Star Charizard. Oh really? Gold Star Charizard? No way. Why is your favorite card Gold Star Charizard? Well, it's really rare and expensive. Oh, okay. Sure, I guess. What about you, vendor number two? Oh, my favorite card? My favorite card is Gold Star Rayquaza. I think that card is super cool. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I get it. Gold stars are really cool. You know, they're rare. But let's keep it a stat. If gold stars weren't expensive and money printers, people wouldn't give a shit. You know, you don't hear people talking about fucking shit, dude. I don't know, man. Look, you don't hear people talking about reverse crystal cards. Reverse crystal cards are actually rare as shit, but you don't hear people talking about them. Why? Because they don't really make that much money. I have very rarely heard someone say, "Oh yeah, dude, no, my favorite card is actually reverse crystal golem." I've never heard that personally. I've actually never met a person who said that. And if they did say that, I would say why. And they would probably give me like 20 reasons as to why Reverse Crystal Golem is actually pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, the hobby is just really just full of people who you can very clearly see their intentions. And sorry, I gotta take a sip of water real quick. As I was saying, the hobby is full of people whom you can very clearly see their intentions. Uh, they're just here to make money. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But it irks me when they kind of LARP as like, oh yeah, dude, I'm a collector. I'm just like you, man. Haha, haha. Gold Star Rayquaza, first edition Charizard. Haha, I'm a collector, bro. Look at all my very expensive slabs. It's like, no, dude, we're not really the same, bro. Because if these slabs weren't worth anything, if these slabs were crashing, if these slabs weren't, making you money or whatever, if you felt that these slabs had no value, you wouldn't be here. That's why you're just here in the past year and not maybe 5 years ago or something. And don't get me wrong, there are, genuine vendor collectors who might have joined in the past year, but realistically, it's slim. Pokemon now gets like, dude, you got finance bros and investor bros and crypto bros just all coming into Pokemon. Sometimes when I use Twitter, I get random posts from like literal crypto bros like doing slab sales and it's like what the hell? And sometimes I get posts about like market analysis regarding like cards. Like, oh dude, I think, like XYZ is actually super undervalued, We're seeing this has a really low pop of 47. I actually think there's not that much money flowing into it. I think it actually could really 2x in the next 4 months. Like, bro, what do you mean a card can 2x, bro? Like, we literally would never say such a thing several years ago. Like, oh yeah, dude, I think this card could 2x. Like, dude, what? It's a Pokemon card, bro. It's not a crypto. It's not a stock. But unfortunately, that's just kind of like where we're at, man. Like, it's kind of a disease, to be honest with you. I don't think the crypto bros and the investor bros are going anywhere, unfortunately. The only way is, when we get the Pokemon Winter where cards get super dead. Maybe a bunch of them might leave, but I don't know. There's a lot of money in Pokemon right now, and everyone wants their piece of the pie. But, for someone who just really liked it when it was, mildly peace and quiet, I mean, I seen COVID, I seen 2025. I never got to really tap into the COVID boom because I was like, I was definitely a teenager of some sort. I think I was just gaming it up, but it's not very quiet right now. There are a lot of people. Everyone is trying to make their money, even though the market is actually kind of stagnating right now. People are just trying to chop it up as much as possible and make as much profit as they can. Yo, what's going on with the corner of this card, bro? Hold on a second. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, so that's dude, you have to excuse my gargantuan hands. That's kind of embarrassing, dude. Let's see if we can move this up a little bit. Uh, you will have to excuse my gargantuan hands. Jesus Christ, I'm a monster. Um, This one's good. There's a little bit of lightning. This one, a little bit of lightning. Dude, it's so hard to get cards without lightning these days. Anywho, so putting that aside, my rant with the state of the hobby, with what I've actually been doing myself, I've just been obviously. I think in my last video I stated that I have to do a little bit of vending because not vending, but like I just occasionally sell cards because it's just too expensive. Like Pokemon is just too expensive. It is quite literally like unless you are extremely wealthy, it is quite literally unfeasible to just collect good condition vintage and just keep it. Like it's just not possible. Like the average good condition vintage cards can cost anywhere from 1,000, and we're just speaking like strictly raw, like anywhere from like literally 1,000 to like $15,000 depending on what card it is, and even for some Japanese cards way way more. So I really just can't keep some of these cards sometimes. I also have things to take care of as well. But recently on my adventures, I have been acquiring some cards. So in my last Japan trip, I had to pick up these guys. Um, this one I actually got. Did I get this in Osaka? I definitely got this in Osaka. I got this directly from a person. So these three guys are from Rocket Gang Strikes Back. In English, it's Team Rocket Returns, but I think Rocket Gang Strikes Back is way cooler. This little fella is called Achamo. Achamo. Wait, where's the camera? Oh, the camera's here. Achamo. Achamo. Or Torchig, as everyone else knows it. But I kind of like how Achamo sounds. Anyhow, so yeah, Torchig Gold Star Unlimited Edition. Pretty happy about that. I have two unlimited editions now. I have listed one for sale. Actually, no, I haven't listed these for sale, but I think I listed these two for actually. I think I listed this for sale too. I'm not too sure. I think so. I can't remember. But yeah, it has a swirl. I actually don't like the hollow. I think the hollow in English is actually much bluer. It's a brighter blue, but silver border always wins. Always wins. The centering is pretty good. Not the best, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible compared to some other renditions of Gold Star. Um, I got this for a super good price for what the condition is. I got it for a really good price, so I'm quite happy about that. Sure. So yeah, that's that. I picked this up, and we've got Mr. Kimori, otherwise known as Trico. This one's a little better. Trico Gold Star, also unlimited. Unlimited lower pop across almost all sets, aside from Clash of Blue Sky, otherwise known as Deoxys. First edition is just slightly rarer on that one. I actually have another one of these that has a swirl, so I'm pretty happy about that. Unlimited edition, as I said, this one a lot better than my torture. It's got a little bit down here, just a little bit down there, but like I said, it's really hard to get these cards in good condition. Honestly, it truly is like mint condition. They barely exist anymore. They barely exist. So preserving it like this, I'm very happy with. So we got Achamo, Kimori, and lastly Mizugoru Mudkip. This card is always so silly because shiny Mudkip is actually purple, but I guess since it's underwater, they kind of gave it this purpley bluish color. This has a swirl somewhere. I think it's here. I think it's right there. Yeah. Oof. It'll be really cool if one can have a swirl on one of the bubbles. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I actually got I just realized I got the Torchic from Japan, and I got the Mudkip and the Trico off of Pokecolor, which is basically in China, I guess. I think it's either in Hong Kong or China. I'm not exactly sure. I know they have multiple warehouses, so it's hard to say. But anywho, great condition on the Mudkip and the Trico. Really happy about that. The holo for Mudkip is probably the best out of the three. It's really, really, really shiny. I think it would maybe be Mudkip, then Torchic, then Trico. Um, so yeah, that's the Hoenn trio right there. Really happy about that. Red, green, blue. Very, very nice. Recently I've been thinking about my just my like journey with collecting, and I really need to go back and watch my videos, to be honest, and speak about the cards, or look for when I spoke about the cards that I wanted to acquire, because some time ago, a few weeks ago, I made probably what is the biggest step in my collecting lifetime, and that is, get this out the way, this guy over here. Now this card, it's a if you know you know kind of card. It is not a card that I would expect most people to have any clue what it is. Um, any clue. So this card, now every time I look at this card, I'm genuinely speechless, because I really do feel that someone just like someone like myself just should not have this card. And that seems like um deprecative, deprecative, depreciative, deprecating. Seems deprecating of myself, because we deserve everything and we also deserve nothing at the same time. But it still does not seem real to me that I actually have this card. So this is Wonder Platinum, 2008 and 2009, and this was at the World Championships, and there are 36 made. I believe there were 20 for the TCG and 16 for VGC. And it is I think top three all received it, but I could be wrong. But anywho, this is definitely one of the top cards of the hobby. And as for any Gen 4 fan, this is like, I mean, yeah, this is pretty much dang near at the top of Mount Everest, pretty much. Only comparable, only superseded by 2007 Champions League, which is just a complete myth. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Um, this card, I think I remember at some point in one of my videos that I said that I would love to have this card, and on my recent travels to Singapore with some folks, some friends, I had the opportunity to acquire it, and it cost me. It was a trade actually. It cost me Gold Star Charizard, Gold Star Rayquaza, and I believe some cash. But I made up the cash through selling of cards anyway. But I really just cannot believe that this kind of card is actually just in my possession. It doesn't feel real. It feels like just a few days ago I was on eBay just buying like cards with whatever bits of cash I could afford, and now like I have one of like the hobby's just like final cards just in my hand. It really is a transition. So yeah, that is a real shocker for me, really and truly. I still can't believe it. Um, During my time in Singapore, it really opened my eyes. I mean, I always knew it. Like, you will never, and not to like sound like condescending or demeaning, but you will like, unless you're just literally insane, when it comes to something that is like has financial aspects involved, whether it's collecting, whether you buy cars, or like if you're acquiring something, for whatever purpose, you will never like be at the top for most part. Like there will always be someone who has more. And I already knew that, I don't collect for others, I collect for myself. But when I went to the Singapore card show, it really like reminded me like, yeah, like some of these guys, like they just got it. Some of these guys, I'm talking like in one of their cases, like one of their slab cases, like straight up just several $1 million, and not like a bunch of like scary cards or anything. I'm talking like really actually rare cards, like genuinely rare cards that like you just would not really be able to get by normal means. Um, and I mean, I can't be surprised. Singapore is a wealthy ass place. But the show was really just eye opening because just every few tables would have some kind of just like what I would consider an end game card. Whether it was a Trophy Kangaskhan, whether it was a Snap card, whether it was a Design Contest PSA 10, whether it was a Daisuke Umbreon or Espeon, whether it was some kind of PSA 10 or BGS 9.5 old back. I think I saw literally almost every relevant card almost at that show. Master Key, Master Scroll, Super Secret Battle, Trophy Kangaskhan, Tropical Mega Battle, freaking Espeon Play, Umbreon Play, like Wonder Platinum, New Orb, Victory Orb. Like it doesn't like it, everything was there. It was like a. I wish it could have been more of a displayed setting, but it was a show, so there were people looking to buy, and it was very noisy, and they couldn't fully digest everything, but it was an absolute privilege to see the things that I was seeing. I felt I was nerding out inside at certain tables. It's like, oh my god, dude, is that XYZ? Is oh my god, this guy's a full. It was awesome to see, but I couldn't fully absorb it all due to the very very bustling nature of the show. Um, but yeah, I mean that's just a brief catch up. I really can't believe where I'm at right now. I'm pretty tired, so I'm just gonna have a rest. But yeah, hopefully another video soon.